Pitt, to me, are two guys that they give you everything they got every play they're in there. And we don't have a ton of receivers, to be honest with you. Our numbers are probably lower than you would like to run this offense and try to practice. So we're probably killing them. But when those two are in there, they give you everything they have every single play. They're as competitive as I've ever been around. They play as hard as of any receivers I've ever been around. And I told them this the other day that, my standard of the standard that I hold all receivers to from now on has changed because I think more is possible because of how hard they go. And I think Tyler, I think what we do fits him really, really well. He understands concepts. He understands where grass is, how to get open. He understands route running. And so I think the offense naturally fits him well. So those three guys, like I said, I think Pitt and Raw, just their mindset and the way they play, will kind of set the tone for the entire team. And again, Tyler, he does a great job. I think he fits the scheme really well. And what we do will really be able to let him showcase his skills.
We haven't seen you guys go 4 wide very much. Is that just something you're saving, or is not really a part of your offense?
Well, we hardly have 4 receivers, so no.
But you do. You can.
Yeah, we get 4 wide. Like I said, we get 4 wides about half the time. Some part of it's because the defense want to see certain looks, and the other part is, like I said, I think we have 7 receivers that went today, healthy guys, and whenever you're trying to get as many plays as we're getting and run practice the way we practice, if you go 4 wide, you're going to kill them. So part of it's because our numbers, and part of it's because we got to, like I said, the defense wants to see different personnels, and so we do it. But we've got all sorts of personnels in the package, and we're going to put our best 11 guys on the field. If that's 10 personnel, we'll be in 10 personnel. If it's 11 personnel, it's 11. Whatever the case is, we're going to try to get our best 11 on the field as often as possible.
When you do go 4 wide and say Devin's the 4th guy, he's a really tough matchup for people, isn't it? You end up with those 4.
Yeah, I think that all those guys can create tough matchups for people. They're as talented as the guys I've been around. Again, they're getting a ton of reps, probably more than you would like them to, but they can run forever. That's the crazy thing about these guys, and that's what I was saying earlier. I told them the other day that the standard that I'll hold all receivers to from now on has changed because we're getting through a practice where we're used to having 14 to 18 receivers, and we got 6 or 7. You know what I mean? And so the amount of running they're doing, the amount of reps they're taking, and still going as hard as they can go. Like I said, I told them the standard that I hold all receivers to from now on has changed because y'all changed it by the way y'all practice. And so I'm encouraged with what I see, and it'll be great to get those freshmen in here and get some more guys and get some depth. But the guys we have are doing a great job.
A couple weeks back, you mentioned that you anticipated dramatic improvement from the quarterbacks because being stall would kind of repeat itself week 1, week 2, week 3, 4. Have you gotten that, or is it still looking for?
Oh yeah, they're doing great. I think across the board we're getting better. I think it all starts up front, and they're just getting more and more familiar with what we're doing. They're playing with a better tempo. They're getting more comfortable with the way we protect, the way we run the ball and stuff like that. So when your O-line's playing well, it makes it pretty easy for the quarterback. So I think the quarterbacks are improving, but it might be because the O-lines are, just getting better and better and better. And so, again, if you're protected, your job as a quarterback better be pretty easy, and you better do it at a high level. So I think the O-line's doing a heck of a job, and because of that, the quarterback plays improving.
What's the biggest adjustment that the offensive lineman had in this offense?
Probably the number of times they have to pass that. I don't know, but I'm not as familiar with the offense they ran before. I think just true pass setting, we probably do more than most people, and so I'm sure that was an adjustment. And the speed that we expect them to play, I definitely think is an adjustment. And especially during that team blitz period today, they're sitting there lined up while everyone else is, trying to catch their breath. And so that was encouraging to see, and that's something we've really emphasized with those guys is you set the tempo. You set the tone for the entire team, especially the offense. And that starts with you setting the tempo. If you get lined up fast and you play fast, we're going to execute at a high level because no one's thinking, we're just playing. And I think they're really buying into that. They did a heck of a job today. And when they were getting set, when they were lining up fast, when they were playing with great tempo, we were getting after them. And so I think they're buying into that, and they're taking ownership of the offense and saying that, like, we'll go as they go. And they've bought into that. They're doing a good job of it.
Hey, one more. Has there been anything about any quarterback in specific that has surprised you?
I think they're all different, and they all do different things well. I think Keaton's done a really good job, but I think probably, the only thing that surprised me about him is just how young he is and how quickly he's picked it up. Now, I think having a new system kind of evens out the playing field for him now. So that, you know, because they're all learning. It's not like the other guys have been in it for 3 years and he's in it year one. So you know, I think a kid coming in at you know, straight out of high school and performing at a high level like he is, it kind of surprised me. But again, I think he's playing on a much more even playing field than most kids coming at semester, just because it's new for everybody. But they all have their I think they all do different things well, and they all struggle with different things. And so that's the key, is we just got to keep improving on what they do. I mean, you know, keep building on what they're doing well, and correcting what they're struggling with. You know, like for instance, staying with Keaton. You know, he's really, today he threw a pick because he was late with the ball, and it's you know, a correction that we've tried to make on the out route in the previous weeks. Well, he made the same mistake, and it finally bit him. You know, in the past he's still been able to get it in because he has a heck of an arm. Well, today he threw a little late in his interception, but that's good. You know, I think that'll be good for him to see, because I keep telling him, you're late with this football, you're late with this football. And then, but he's getting away with it. So he probably in his mind he's thinking, no, I'm not, I'm throwing a completion. Well, it came back and bit him today, you know. And so I just think we got to be consistent with all of them, tell them what they're doing well, tell them what they need to work on, whether it's working or not, just because at some point it's going to come back to bite them, the mistakes they're making, whether it bit them that play or not. And like I said, today was a good example of that. But they'll keep improving, they'll keep getting better, and every time they run it, hopefully they, like I said, they're a week better.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.